So how can I help you grow a business? I've got something for you very special. I'm gonna try to get to the point real quick here. So this won't be a super long video, but this will be kind of intense and very helpful very quickly for you. I developed a system, a formula that I'm going to give you a little bit of it today, and I'm going to show you how you can get it from me. I call it my master plan. So really, for you to grow your business, for you to make more money, trust me, the number one most correlated feature that you can have in how you're doing things is proper planning. So I meet people that say, Ty, I want to make 100 grand, I want to make $1 million, I want to make $10 million a year with my business. And I always ask them, first question, tell me your master plan. And most people don't have one. So watch this if you don't have a master plan. I'm going to give you mine. Now, I started developing this when I was 19 years old. It's gotten better and better and more refined. About 10 days ago, I let 20 people into my house here in Los Angeles in Beverly Hills, and I laid out this master plan for them. And it blew their mind. It really did. It was fascinating. Now, there's some people there that are repeat. They've come to my house a few times. I usually don't open up my house, but I open up my house to them, and there was two guys there. One was 21, one was 22. They came about a year before, and now they were back a year later, and they're making $205,000 a year at 21 and 22, doing drop shipping on Facebook, using the master plan formula that I gave them about a year ago, and they continually, they're in my different programs. But it was fascinating for them to be there. There was another guy there, Jaden, who listened to one of my master plans to build a business last October, and now he's at $112,000 a year. He's also 21 years old. There's people there who were older. There was males, females. There was people from as far as Russia. I think there was Australia there. There was all over the world, a lot of Americans, Europeans, and they all found the same thing. With the proper master plan, you can do what I've done. Now, you might have seen me on social media growing my businesses. I own multiple businesses. I use this master plan that I'm showing you or explaining to you right now. I started a business with a friend in November, and immediately using this master plan, in the first week, it was a 7-figure run rate business. That means $1 million business out of the gate. Now it's doing, I think, about $20,000 a day in revenue. And this is a business that I'm not even involved in. I just gave the master plan to my business partner, Alex, and he incorporated some of, he's also a successful business guy. He had some of his own system that he incorporated, and now it's the largest book shipping club in the world. Okay, we just interviewed, 4. It's growing. It's amazing. It has tremendous potential. But what I want to tell you is that what you're watching now is a formula that can be replicated, and I realized it. But watch this, because I'm not going to keep this up forever for one very specific reason. I don't like giving out all my secrets to everybody. I'm a smart businessman. It's okay to help some people out. I'm going to help you out today. I'm going to respect your time and help you, like I said, very quickly. In exchange for that, please don't share this link with anybody, okay? Don't post it on your Facebook. This link is not for everybody. This is just really for people who follow my stuff, who are super interested and qualify. And so we try to send out an email and say, look, this is who this is for, and you clicked it and here you are, or however you found this. Now, here's the important thing. A couple things in your master plan. Number one, your master plan must be specific and technical, okay? So a lot of people's master plan is, hey, Ty, I want to make, $500,000 a month or $50,000 a month or whatever. That's not a specific and very technical plan. Like, if you look at the blueprint to build an airplane or to build a house, it's very technical. It has follow this step, then this step, then this step, then this step, and then it's done. So when I meet somebody, an entrepreneur, business person that says they're trying to do big things, I say, tell me your specific and technical plan. We all know what that means, People say, oh, how technical? Well, it varies, but the more technical, the better. Number two, it has to be what I call relatively quick acting. And here's why. The number one problem in the modern world, and this has changed over time, 50 years ago, this wasn't true. But today, speed matters. And for two reasons. One reason this matters is that there's more competition than ever. So competition has increased. Whatever you're trying to do, think of Kodak. They've been in business 100 years, the biggest film company in the world. One company comes out, Instagram, in 2009, and within 3 years, Kodak is bankrupt. Pictures are now primarily posted on Instagram and Facebook. Of course, Facebook bought Instagram. So now one company quickly eliminated 100 years of success. Competition's increasing. A guy emailed me from India who follows my stuff. He's become an internet marketer from India. All he needed, I don't think he had a computer. He would just go to one of those internet cafes, work on it, go to different ones, cost him $1 a day. He got trained, he got specific and technical info, and I think he's making $20,000, $30,000 a month profit. Think how much money that is if you live in India. That's like making like $1 million, not $1 million. That's like making 300, 400, 500,000. So your competition is now kids in India. Now, old, young, male, female, anybody can work from home with a laptop. So if your master plan isn't relatively quick, somebody else is going to steal it and you will lose. Number 2, procrastination. Procrastination, I want to add one more word here, distraction. Right now, for me, I can roll out a new good business idea every couple days. And the problem is now, if I don't do it relatively quickly, I get distracted with something else, and then I forget about good ideas. Or if it's too slow, I get discouraged and I begin to procrastinate. I want to show you how to do things quicker. That's what I'm trying to say in no uncertain words. And number 3, this is very important. It must be a master plan that incorporates in the modern economy, and very specifically, what are some components that have never existed in any economy ever? I mean, social media, virality. Let's talk about video is big. My videos on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook have been watched over 1 billion minutes have been watched in the last about 2 years. It's pretty crazy, right? Billions on Facebook alone. My retargeting pixel, I think that's the amount of people who have watched or interacted with something related to Tai Lopez, is now at 200 million people. 200 million people in about 120 countries. So you see the power of the modern economy. You can do stuff relatively quick with social media, virality, video, the marketing aspect. You can hire now, there's contractors. You don't have to have everything in-house. Just think Airbnb, think Uber. Airbnb, Uber, it's all, they're, you know, the largest hotel company in the world now, or lodging company, is Airbnb. They own no real estate. The largest taxi company in the world owns no taxis. They're using contractors. How can you use contractors? There's also cloud software. You used to have to build your own website, do your own merchant services. Now you got things like Stripe, you have things like WordPress, you have things like Shopify and ClickFunnels that allow you to use cloud software to very quickly get to market. So your master plan has to have all of this stuff. Now, as I said, I'm gonna get to the point relatively quickly. I teach a lot of this stuff online. I have multiple programs online. I wanna show you something interesting, because online learning is great. There's basically a couple ways people learn. I'm sure you've heard this before. You know, you have audio, visual, and kinesthetic. All right, that's the main ways you and I learn. About something like 10% of the population learns by listening. By the way, if you want to know what's wrong with the current education system, even business school, well, they're teaching you audio. You sit there in a chair and a professor or a teacher lectures you. That's audio. And only about 10% of people learn very well that way. Visual is whatever. I mean, it depends on what statistic. Let's just say 30% or something. So visual, that's what you're doing now. You're hearing my audio, right? And you're seeing me, that's visual. So that's about 40%. Kinesthetic, on the other hand, is you learn by doing, by interacting, you know? And so that's, let's just say 60%. So the majority of people, and really we all learn in some combination. So your master plan, to teach you the master plan, I have online programs. You can learn it for audio and visual, watch me. But every once in a while I open up my home or a little place near where I live and I go teach in person. Now I don't do this very often. I'm gonna tell you the times that I've done it and my results. In 2015, I did a whole bunch of, here's my experiment. One of the things you'll learn, to make a lot of money, you have to experiment. So I experimented with teaching audio. I got a podcast, I got visual, I got video. And then kinesthetics, in person, interacting with people. You can ask questions. It's not all pre-recorded. So I did an experiment. In 2015, I did podcast. That's my audio experiment. I did video, obviously. My videos, like I said, over 1 billion minutes watched. Okay, but I also did a couple things. I did some conferences. I did about 6 conferences. The problem is they just burn me out. They don't fit into my lifestyle. I travel a lot now. I got to be different places for other business that I have going on. And so conferences were great. Thousands. I mean, I was literally having to rent the biggest hotels in Los Angeles because we were filling them up in like a week or 2 of advertising them. So I kind of stopped doing conferences. I haven't done a conference, I don't think, in almost at least 1.5 years, maybe 2 years. Even though they were helpful to people, they just weren't sustainable for me. So then I did something called a mastermind. This is where I let a small group of people, I let 50 people learn in person for 1 year from me. They'd come to my house about 6 times a year, okay? And they'd come for 2 days. And they paid $25,000 to $50,000 each. So it wasn't cheap, 50 people. I did it for a year, and I told them I'm only gonna do this once because I could already tell. If conferences were burning me out, that mastermind would definitely burn me out. But I like to experiment. I'll do, you know the old saying, I'll do anything once? That's me. I'll try lots of stuff once. So I did it, and I did it for 2 days, about 6 times a year. And again, here's the cool thing. At the end of this year, basically and I told them, if it isn't worth your money at the end of the year, I'll give you all your money back. And my lawyers are like, Ty, don't do that. That means they can come for 1 year, learn the master plan, interact with you, learn kinesthetically by doing, and then they can just ask for their money back. So I said, you know what? If I do a good enough job, I don't think many people are going to want their money back. Well, here's the surprising thing. My lawyers were wrong. At the end of 1 year, almost everybody came up to me and said, Ty, can I write you a check? I want to do this again. They wanted to write me a check again. The best way that you know something worked is when your customers, you're trying to shut down the product and they're trying to buy. Usually businesses are trying to advertise. I wasn't even advertising. I was advertising that I was shutting it down and people were pouring in. So I stuck to my word. I told them, I'm not going to do another mastermind. It's too hard on me. So I just tried a new thing, which is a seminar. And this, I think, is what I like. And here's why. Conferences had about 500 to 700 people at them. And they were like 3 days. Mastermind was 50 people, so it's smaller, so people could get more individual help, interactive help. But I had to do it for a year, so it was a big obligation that, like I said, if I want to travel, stuff like that, I don't want to be tied down. So I decided I'm not going to do that anymore, close that down. But then I decided something else. And this is a way that I'm pretty sure I could help you a lot. And I'm willing to put 100% money back guarantee on it like I did before. So this is called, I'm going to introduce you to something. That's my master plan seminar. So I've tested different lengths of time. Here's my basic, what I found. In 1 day, you give me 1 day with you. Okay, 1 day in person. So you fly to where I am. It's cheap to fly now, it's easy. You don't even have to stay at a hotel. You can fly back the same day if you want to. Get an early flight and late flight, or drive if you live close. And I'm doing these at different places I live. You know, I live in LA, New York City, San Diego, Miami. Probably do one in London here, in Europe coming up. But I'll put a link where you can see the details. But here's what I want to present to you. That's a mind blower. If I do it in 1 day in person, we start around 10 a.m. and we go long. We go to like 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. Now, the whole time is not going to be you sitting in a chair. Like, we'll go to dinner, we'll have lunch, it'll be fun, relaxing. But you give me 1 day, guess what I can do? I can show you my master plan. I can answer your questions in person. And here's something important. I can bring you, Because it's hard for me to bring you my mentors because these guys are super busy. So if I say, you know, come for a conference or come for a mastermind 6 times a year, people get burnt out. But if I say, can you come teach? Because I don't want to talk I'll lose my voice if I talk for 12 hours and you'll get sick of hearing me for 12 hours. But if I bring in my cutting edge guys, the guys in the new economy, the guys that can masters of landing pages and video marketing and Instagram and Facebook and YouTube and all this stuff, guys, multi-millionaires or even beyond. If I bring those in and I teach, the combination, I can blow your mind. And here's what I can promise you. I can give you your 1-year plan for your business. So wherever you are today, you need to have a master plan for the next 1 year. You look at top businessmen, top businesswomen, trust me, they have a plan. They have it mapped out. Now they'll adjust the plan. It's an adjustable plan. But you will walk away with a plan, 1-year plan, that has my secrets. Now, I limit the size of this. Why do I not want to do this at a conference? Because I don't want to be teaching 1,000 people at a time. That'd be stupid on my part. I'd be creating massive amounts of competitors, right? Massive amount of competitors. But if I do it, like I said, for 20, 40, 50 people in a global economy that's at 50 to 100 trillion dollars, it's not going to affect me. So I can't do this too large. So I'm not going to be doing these every day. They're not going to be online. It's none of that. This is quick to the point. So I'm going to put a button below here somewhere, or below somewhere on this page. You click that, it's going to give you everything you need to know on cost, on dates, on what hotel to stay in, where to fly in, what clothing to wear, what you'll need to prepare. Do you need to do homework? The answer is no, but you know, what you need to bring, can you bring a guest will be answered. We have all that. I actually have a concierge team that you can talk to on the phone too. So this is okay. So now let's talk about price for a second. But actually let's talk about this. Here's the deal. If you like to learn online, I have a ton of programs that can help you from, you know, for anywhere from $69 to, you know, let's say $3,000. I have lots of online programs. Feel free to buy those. Those I sell, you know, a lot, like the 67 steps, I'll sell that pretty much unlimited amount. I think of 150,000 people have gone through it or something, 130, some massive number. It's bigger than a lot of universities out there that have gone through it in just the last 2 years. So I've got that. This is only for you, number one, if you're a little more advanced, if you're a little more hungry, if you're a little more ambitious, if you're ready to rock and roll, if procrastination is not on your mindset, and what you need now is marching orders to go. I want to help you go. You're going to walk out. It's going to be intense. You're going to show up. It's kind of like a boot camp, but it's a little more advanced. And you're not going to have to do push-ups, and it's a fun one. There's one other huge thing. You're going to meet people. The networking side of things is massive. You know those kids I was telling you, 21 and 22, that are making 200, I think they made 205,000 last month, not year. They met at one of these type events that I had. So you're going to meet business partners, potential affiliates, people who know things you don't know. You must network. It's not just what you know, it's who you know. This is your chance to meet me, have me help you grow your business. Ask me personally questions. I can't answer those anymore. I get 10, 20, 30,000 messages in a day sometimes on Snapchat, Instagram, email, YouTube. It's just not possible anymore. Even if I want to help people, but I can't help everybody. And I feel bad. Sometimes I just don't help anybody, because don't reply to any, because I feel bad not replying to everyone. So, yeah. So I've thought about what I don't want to price this down here at the low end. Now, people have paid 25 to 50,000 for this. Okay. So I know that I could price it between 25 and 50, but that was for 1 year. I don't want to do a year. So basically I can do it for cheaper now. Not cheap. It's not the cheapest thing you'll ever do, but I want to tell you this about how I spend my money. I can just tell you this. This is my formula, and maybe it's wrong, maybe you'll disagree, but it's kind of what I do right now. I've found that I get about a 30x return per month on what I'm spending on my own education. So for example, if I want to make, let's just pick a number, 3 million, and I've made more than this, but let's just go lowball, okay? If I want to make 3 million a month, I just divide that by 30, okay? Divided by 30. That's about $100,000 a month. And that's what I spend. If I want the health, wealth, I call it health, I call it HWLH. Health, wealth, love, happiness. If I want to achieve my goals, to achieve physical health, financial wealth, love, friends, family, romance, and happiness, I try to do that. In money, you know, the wealth one's easy to categorize, but I spend anywhere from $50,000 to $150,000 a month on trainers, mentors, travel, going to conferences. So for those of you who have never spent money on your own education, I have an advantage over you, and I want to teach you that at this. I'm not just telling you this because I want you to buy this seminar. Most of you who watch this aren't going to be able to make it. You're not going to have time to travel or whatever. We know most people procrastinate. If you want to find an excuse not to do something, you will always find an excuse. So I know that, you know, this is not a pressure tactic. This is the truth. The more you learn, the more you earn. Let me just put it to you that way. Warren Buffett said one of the key changes in his life was like in the 1940s. He spent $1,000, I think it was, on a course by Dale Carnegie on public speaking. And he said it was all the money he had. You know, he literally spent 100% of his net worth. And he said it changed his life. If you know now, he's the third richest man in the world. He said within a few months he found his wife, he learned how to business network, and now he's a great speaker. So investing in some tangible assets is very important. So I do that. I followed that. I spend $30,000 a year on books. Books. You see these books here? I buy 6 to 10 books a day at $10 average, let's say. So that's between 60 and let's say 130 bucks a day. We'll average at 100 times 365 days. It's a lot of money. It's $36,000 a year, and I've been doing that for years. And the more I invest, the better I do. So some people are too cheap to come to this. That's fine. I promise. I am so past. Luckily, the main reason I became an entrepreneur was to have freedom. No one could tell me what to do. I wouldn't be beholden to anybody. I wouldn't be anybody's, you know, bitch, as they would say, pardon my French. And that's how I am now. Sometimes people say, Ty, prove to me I should be in your programs. I go, look, I'm past that stage. I've had hundreds of thousands of people go through my programs. You can read their testimonials. I never made up a testimonial. You know, I don't pay people to give testimonials. If you need assurance that this might be for you, then, you know, I can't give it to you except to tell you the facts. I can't personally come through the camera and console everybody. But what I will tell you is I have 100% money back guarantee. So one of the bonuses I want to give you, if you decide to click the button and get in, I'm willing to put my neck on the line. Because once you get here, once you get to the event, I cover all the expenses. Okay? So food will be covered, dinner. You have to cover all your transportation and lodging. It's pretty simple. And if you want to eat at the hotel, I'm not paying for that. Once you arrive at the location, I will have food there. You know, you might have already eaten breakfast. So all that's covered. Okay? So what you get is one full day in a small group setting. Not going to be 500 people there, okay? One full day in a small group with me and my biz partners. Most of these guys that teach I'm literally in business with, okay? 90% of them or whatever, I'm small group. Business partners, affiliate partners, people who have taught me, okay? You're going to, once you're there, I cover expenses once you're at the location, okay? You have to cover transportation, lodging, if you need it, you know, food before and after. I'll cover the food when you're at the event, at the location. You cover food away from the event, okay? It's just simple. I just like to keep everything simple. But most importantly, what you're gonna get. Listen, we're gonna talk YouTube. We're gonna talk Facebook. We're talking about Instagram. I blew the people. I just did one of these the other week. I had a big reporter come who writes for some of these big ink magazines, and he was like, wow. You know, you see me on Instagram, I can only talk for a minute, 59 seconds or whatever the limit is on Instagram. But, you know, I was voted #1 social media influencer, business influencer for 2017. There's a reason. I'm not an idiot on this stuff. I always show you things that nobody knows. Very few people know. Some of it nobody knows. I did a little exercise just showing people massive insights. I did a thing. I said, pull up Kim Kardashian's Instagram. I can look at the pictures. We pulled up 20 pictures. They tried to quiz me. They tried to fool me, trick me. I got the exact, I was 19 correct, 1 incorrect. I can tell what post is going to win for your social media. I can tell what post is going to make you money. I can show you how to create viral videos. I can show you how to grow and scale a company in the modern economy. I've done this over and over. I can show you how to raise capital. I can show you how to grow your employee base. I can tell you what I did to become a household name. I reach over 200 million people. Google, I'm one of the largest YouTube advertisers in the world, so Google sends reps to my house, and they told me, they did a survey, 70% of men, I think between 18 and 35, recognize my face. Google did a poll. Google, the official Google, said it blew them away. That's the power. It doesn't have to just be me that's using these tools. I'll show you how. I spent over $10 million of my own money learning this the hard way, meaning I wasted over $10 million learning this stuff. So I'm gonna show you what 10 million buys you of experiments. You know, there's people out there saying, oh, I'll tell you how to do internet marketing. Say, show me how much money you spent. Now, 10 million is not. I've spent way more than that. My lawyers just tell me always massively under-exaggerate. That's why I said, you know, I've made a lot of money doing this. I've spent a lot of money. I've made a lot of mistakes. I'm not the smartest person in the world, but I'm not the dumbest. I will show you things that you can't get in business school. I know. I've spoken recently at Harvard. I've spoken at London Business School, the 2 top business schools in the world. I've spoken at USC. I'm a college dropout. They're bringing me in. They're studying my stuff in major universities all around the world. Every day I get, and I don't want to sound pompous in this, but there's a saying, you should be humble, but every once in a while you have to remind people of some statistics so they know what they can learn from you. I'm doing this this is not a video I'm showing to many people. I'm not putting this on my Instagram to try to get accolades. I'm saying this is worth your money, and I'm gonna price it at 1/10 what I should charge it. I'm gonna show you stuff that people pay me 50 to 100 grand to learn, okay? But I'm not gonna charge you 50, 100 grand because I found a quicker way, more efficient to do it. One day, you come to me, we're in and out. It's not a 4-day seminar, it's not a 3-day, it's not full of fluff, it's not emotional, we're not gonna jump up and down. I love Tony Robbins. In fact, I really look up to that guy, but I don't have that style. You're gonna come, I'm gonna give you, where is my book here? You're gonna walk in, I got a master plan 3-ring binder. You're gonna come in, you're gonna leave with that filled out. That's my goal for you. You're now gonna know, who do I need to hire? Who do I need to fire? What new products do I need to develop? Do I need to pivot my business into something brand new? Here's one of them. Thanks. So, here's one. We got all the stuff ready to go. So that's just an example. It's one of my company, Knowledge Society, who will be putting this on. So some common questions are, what kind of person should come to this? Well, I get people who are brand new, and I get very advanced, people making millions and millions of dollars. That doesn't matter as much because I'm gonna show you stuff that nobody knows, either it's beginners or advanced people, okay? Number 2, Ty, how do I know it'll work for me? I give you your money back if it doesn't. There's no simpler thing than a money back guarantee. If I didn't believe in this, think I'm gonna open up my life to people and then have them come and I'll get a refund? No. The last one I did, I think 0 refunds. The mastermind I did with 50 people, we basically had 0 refunds. We had one guy refunded him his money. He got terminal cancer and said, Ty, I'm never gonna be able to come. And I just refunded him out of principle. One other guy, he never could come to travel. That's why I didn't like a year. So of the people who came, basically everybody wanted back in. It was wild. So, yeah, look, this is how it goes. One of the questions I get is like, Ty, how do I know it's worth my money? I promise you this. Use a combination of common sense and gut feeling. Common sense. I've reached through social media. You can look at my numbers. Sometimes people go, well, I don't know if I can trust that person. Are they a con artist or this is a scam? Look at my numbers. I got 2.2 million Instagram followers. I have the largest business teacher, whatever you want to call it. No one is bigger than me. Now, there's people with bigger accounts, but they're soccer players and da-da-da. And that might change. Maybe somebody will pass me by. I got the most YouTube subscribers of any business teacher. I got basically 1 million, I think. I have 6.2 million Facebook followers. Okay, so my dogs are very excited about these statistics, if you can hear in the background. So if you know it works, you can just look at numbers. The transparency now in the world is awesome because you can just look. I see people teaching. I saw a program being sold, how to grow your Instagram. Then I went on their Instagram and they get like 1,000 likes. You know, do you want to learn that? Do you want to learn virality? Some of my viral videos have been seen over 600 million times. Besides music videos, it's like the most seen videos in history of humans. So I'm going to show you things that I know. I'm going to talk about the 25 cognitive biases. We're going to go deep. It's going to be intense and fun. Those are my two promises. Fun, but intense. Intense in the sense of you learn a lot in a short period of time, because I can drag this out and teach you over 3 or 4 days, and that's great, and sometimes I've done that. I just don't have time nowadays, and I think it's a waste of our time. You're busy too. You might be busier than me. You know? You might have family obligations. You come, boom, we're in and out. But while you're there, you're learning. I'm answering your questions. Small enough group, I can answer your questions. People are asking me very specific questions, and I can answer them. You're there in a group, you're getting answers from other people, you're getting answers from people I learn from. It's amazing. That's all I can tell you. If you're ready to do big things, this is for you. It is not for you if you're a highly cynical person, if you're highly skeptical. Please don't come. I make enough money, I never have to be around someone I don't want to be anymore. That should be, the goal is not to be a millionaire, billionaire, Forbes list, The goal is to be able to go, I only have to do things I like with people I like. That should be your goal, and that's always been my goal. So I just like good people that show up, that are ready to learn, and then you're probably going to teach me something. That's another reason I do this. If we get good people in, teach me. So I want to show you. We're going to talk about the 4 Ps: product, pricing, placement, promotions. We're talking about website development, delivery. We're going to talk about apps. The last one I had my buddy teach it, who has the number 5 app of all time. He's made over $300 million cash with an app, revenue, not 300 million downloads, no, hundreds of millions of dollars with an app. Do you think that could help you? Do you think I could help you with your marketing, acquiring new clients, learning sales and persuasion techniques, learning how to create viral videos, learning how to do Instagram, YouTube, Snapchat, Facebook, answering your questions on how to hire and scale? That's a big one. You got to scale. Answering on how you can poll, survey, and decide whether you have a good product, need to pivot the product, how to raise money, whether it be crowdfunding from investors, how to deal with business partners, how to read people. That's something that I'm known for. I've studied how to understand Machiavellianism and the dark triad test and Hexaco scores and conscientiousness and all these more advanced things that you can use in your business that are integral, that are vital to every aspect of business. We'll talk about phones. I'm going to talk about what I think is the future. So please, if this sounds interesting, click this link. If it doesn't, I appreciate your time that you are here. As I said, I'm a quality over quantity. People that I vibe with, that understand what I'm talking about, you know this is you, take action. And those of you that don't, that this doesn't resonate with you, just say no. To make quick, decisive decisions is vital. When Warren Buffett decides to buy a company, he decides, I'm talking huge deals. He just bought a company for over $30 billion cash, airplane parts or something like that company. And he makes that decision in under a week. That's for $30 billion transaction. He's doing it, decide, because you got to move on if it's not for you, or if it is for you, you need to make your plane reservations and let's go. Action. We're going to talk about the PACE system. I'm going to show you practical action, social, emotional, how to use your natural strengths and weaknesses to build your business. That's something that I've done. I've done it wrong. I've done it right before. It's way better to do it right. I'm going to show you stuff. People say, how do you get rich? I mean, I've been poor. I was broke, $3,000 in overdraft fees in 1 year, sleeping on a couch in a mobile home. Was not born in a big house like this in Beverly Hills. I was born to a single mom. Didn't learn it from my dad. My dad was in and out of prison growing up when I was a baby. My mom separated from, so I have had to learn this the hard way. Been doing this a long time. I've now reached a place where I can replicate what I've done. I'd like you to take the best, apply it to your business idea. Let's make some money this year. Make the next 12 months the best 12 months of your life. One of the things you'll learn at this is also mindset. One of my mindset principles is, on a scale of 1 to 10, only live a life that's 8, 9, or 10. Not everything's going to be a 10. You can't always marry a 10. Your business won't always be a 10. Everything you touch your body won't always be a 10. But why settle for a 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1? And that's what most people do. And to get to an 8, 9, or 10, you need somebody to show you their secrets. My real secret is being open-minded enough to let people speak into my business, to speak in my life, to give me their best tips. I'm like a gold miner. I'm just chipping away. Oh, this person has one piece of gold. This person has one. You put it together, next thing you know, you got a lot of gold and you're rich, mentally and financially. That's what this program is going to come. In one day, you're going to get a chunk of gold. Now, I don't know whether it'll be the session at 10 in the morning, the session at 4 p.m. I don't know if it'll be a networking person that you meet at 6 p.m. at the dinner. I don't know if it'll be an answer I give you personally to a question you had. I don't know if it'll be something about social media, but there'll be a nugget there, or I'm going to give you your money back. Okay, we have a very open-ended one. You can just basically, you got to come to the event. Obviously, if you weren't there, you couldn't get any gold nuggets, but you come, which means I incur all the expense. I put the time into you, in that group, and it doesn't work out, I'm the only one who loses out. That incentivizes me to make this the best one day that you've gone to in your life. That's my goal. You walk away from this and you go, I've never been to anything like that. I've been to conferences, I've read books, I've done your online stuff, I've done seminars, I've been to Tony Robbins, I've done, all these awesome guys, and I'm not saying I'm better, okay? Because each of those have distinct methodologies and advantages. But what I'm saying is you'll walk away and go, that was worth way more than I paid. In fact, I should have paid way more. That's what I want you to say. That's the biggest compliment I can get. I should have paid way more. I told you I did this. I've tested it, and one of the tests was that mastermind. People paid 25 to 50. I was like, let me just charge real high. And the fascinating thing is those people were the ones who weren't asking for refunds. They were saying, well, let me pay you again. That's the biggest compliment I can get, because talk is cheap. People will tell you the truth by their spending habits. If they're, spending, that's how you know you're on the right track. And that's what I've been able to accomplish with this master plan seminar. So it's going to be exciting. I'd love to meet you. Maybe there's some synergy that we have in business ideas. I'm not promising you I'm going to invest in you or be a business partner. It's nothing like that. I'm just saying once in a while I bump into a person and go, ooh, we're going to be doing business long term. 2013, I'll end with this story. A guy named James Swanick came to me. I did a little one of these back in my other house up in Hollywood, in the hills up there. And I invited, I was doing an experiment. As I said, I've been experimenting with these. And a guy, James Swanick, came, and 12 people came. And at the end, I said, if you want me to help you personally, raise your hand. For $25,000, I'll help you for 1 year. This wasn't the mastermind. This was like a predecessor. I said, I'll talk to you on the phone or meet you in person once a month for 1 year for 25 grand. So James Swanick goes, and you might have seen him now on my social media. We're still friends. In fact, I just became his business partner in a business he has built. Him and his brother built. I'm now the third partner. But back then in 2012, 2013, he didn't know me so well. I didn't know him so well. So he raised his hand. He said, he's from Australia, but he lives in America for a long time. He goes, all right, I'm interested in the 25 grand. So I said, okay, great. So he then, the next day or two, was like, all right, I'm gonna get the money. So he called me and he said, Ty, I want you to know, this 25 grand is all the money that I have to my name. He was a reporter. He worked for ESPN. He worked for Esquire and all that. And he said, I have $25,000 liquid if I sell a piece of property, it was either property or a stock in Australia. He goes, Ty, I really need assurance if I should do this. This is pretty much all I have. If this doesn't go well, it's going to wipe me out, Ty. And I said, listen, man, I can't tell you to spend your last dollar on this. Ethically, I can't. I don't want someone spending their last dollar. But I said, you do what you feel is right. I said, what I promise you is I'm going to live up to my end of the deal. And this is 2013. This is before all the social media stuff I was doing. I've been doing entrepreneurial business, internet stuff since 2001. I was one of the first people to use Google ads in 01. I was in it in the first 2 months it started. I was one of the first people to use Facebook ads. That was 08. Okay? So I said, listen, man, I'm going to live up to my end of the deal, but, I can't promise, because what if you're lazy? What if you procrastinate? What if you're stubborn and don't listen? So he finally said, so I said, he hung up the phone. 2-3 days later, he called me back and said, all right, I've been thinking about it, and I'm like so scared, Ty, but I'm going to do it. So he put down, he had sold it, and he wired 25 grand. And I lived up to my end of the deal. Boy, it was hard to work with him. He was a little bit stubborn and scared at the beginning. For a year, I talked to him. And just the other day, he recorded a video. And he might even be one, he comes and teaches now at some of these master plans. So depending on which one you're coming to, he might be the one. And he goes, you know what, man? I want everyone to know I put in 25 grand and I've been able to generate 40 plus times that in business revenue. I didn't know, he didn't tell me his exact net numbers, but he's made millions or million plus or even more. I'm not sure the exact number, but let's just I like to underestimate. But he 40x'd his money. That's what he said, And I go, well, that's great, man. I said, when you invest in your own brain, in my experience, it almost always works out, at least in my experience. And that's his. And now he's my biggest evangelist. He tells people, the problem is I don't do that anymore. And so he's like telling, Ty, do this for my friend. I'm like, I don't do it. You were my experiment. So one of the things I just want to tell you, like I said, closing out that story, is that I'm not going to do these forever. I know myself. Okay? So when you click the link below, if you procrastinate on this, and I told this to the mastermind people and they thought I was bluffing, trying to create urgency so more people bought, I told them, get in now, because I'm probably not going to do this this 1 year mastermind. And some people, 50 people believe me, and a lot of people didn't. And to this day, there's a guy in Texas, my cousin Maya, she's the CEO of my company. She just WhatsApped me the other day and she goes, this one guy from Texas, he's ready, he says, to wire 25 for 50 grand to get in your mastermind. I said, Maya, did you tell him that was a few years ago? It hasn't been open for a year. And she's like, yeah, but he heard such good things about it. He's all depressed and he's trying to coax me with money. But 25 to 50 grand, not that much money for me anymore. So you got to coax me with a lot more. But we just turned him down. So just so you know, this is valid, but I'm telling you this. Don't be somebody who procrastinates. Do or do not. You know that Yoda thing from Star Wars? Do or do not. There is no try. So I have no problem with somebody who listens to this, watches this, and clicks the button and just goes, I'm not going to do it. I have no problem with that person. Do or do not. I have no problem with the person who clicks this link and I meet you in person and I'm helping you. But I have a problem with the person who says, well, I'm going to try to go. You're not. Do or do not. There's no procrastination. You can find the money. Okay, I didn't price it at 25 to 50 grand. I could have, for sure. For me to give out secrets that I'm using to generate tens of millions of dollars, what would you charge for that? Why am I even doing this? People say, I don't even need this money. This is a small percentage of my income. I mean like 1% of my income or something like that I've generated so far from these. Maybe I'll do a few, I doubt it. It's never gonna be 50% of my income doing conferences, seminars. So why am I doing it? Ultimately, I respond to what helps people. My goal is not to maximize from TyLopez.com how much money I make. I wanna make money and I wanna be paid a fair wage. I could be doing other things, it's only fair. But I'm not trying to extract as much money as I can from you. I'm not. I'm doing it what I think is the happy median. Not too much and not, if I do it too cheap, it cheapens the value. People don't even pay attention and show up. If I do it too expensive, the people I want to help can't afford it. So This is, you'll know if it's for you. I mean, I think I said enough. You gotta do half Excel spreadsheet, that's your mind, and half your heart. That's how I try to live my business. People say, oh, you just go with your gut, or oh, just be logical. If you're too logical, you'll procrastinate because the Excel spreadsheet pro and con list gets longer and longer and you just go crazy in your head. If you only go with your heart, sometimes you get tricked. If you do a combination, that's why I said, do the combination. Do you think I know some things that could help you in marketing, business, social media, virality, scaling, branding? Do you think I do? Does it seem logically like, well, if I've reached you and we've never met in person, and you've even watched this long of a video, it means I must have some thing that I could offer you to show you how to do the same to your customers, okay? You can go on my verified Instagram, you can go on my Facebook, okay, well, he reached millions of people on his Instagram. Coca-Cola, the number one brand in the world, has 1.8 million Instagram followers. I have way over 2 million, and I get quadruple the likes. So how am I able to do that? Coca-Cola is still stuck in the old economy, and if they're not careful, young whippersnappers, or not even young, but crafty, smart people like you and I are going to start crashing these brands, and that's what's happening. Sears going bankrupt, American Apparel going bankrupt, JCPenney's disappearing, grocery stores disappearing, Kodak already gone. They project over 100 large companies are going to go bankrupt in the next 2 years. Why? Because the new economy. So welcome to the new economy. I'm reaching you in the new economy. I can show you how to do it, reach customers, grow your business. You'll make more money than what you put into this, or if you don't think you will, my money back guarantee is you'll get this back. Oh, and one other, I'm going to give one more bonus I want to throw in. So I have a program called Accelerator, which is between $1,000 and $10,000. It's 3 lessons. If you get in today, not only am I going to give you the 100% money back guarantee, not only am I going to cover all the expenses and work with you in person, open up what I do, myself, my mentors, my business partners to train you. But I'm also, and cover all the expenses while you're there with me. Remember, you got to get the food, transportation, lodging, all that. Not the food at the event, but I'm not going to have food there and you have to buy it. But food, if you want to eat breakfast somewhere else, something like that. So you cover that, I cover everything there. We'll go out to a nice dinner. You know, we'll have great catering and stuff like that. You'll be good once you're there. We'll have snacks and this and that. But I'm going to throw in the accelerator. So the value of the accelerator is more than I'm charging for this. So basically, when you do the math, and if you don't believe me, you can go and try to buy the accelerator. You can turn this video off, go watch, try to buy the accelerator. You'll see. It's between $1,000 and $10,000. So I'm gonna give you access to that as a 100% free bonus. So if you wanna buy that separately, and that's just if you click the button and get in, we got a deadline. I'm kind of incentivizing you. If you're wondering why I'm putting a little urgency, it's not because I want your money. I just want all the people who wanna get in to buy now, so I know how much food to buy. I don't love it. In fact, last time I closed it, because a lot of people want to buy the day before or the day of, and it starts getting annoying. So this is why I'm throwing in this bonus. You buy it a little bit ahead of time so my people can plan. This isn't our main business. We're not event hosts kind of thing, but it'll help us. So bonus number 1, and I say 100% money back guarantee. 100% money back guarantee is a bonus because legally in California, I only have to give you a 3-day bonus, a 3-day refund from the day that you buy. So that means legally I don't have to do this, but I want you to feel assured. You can't lose now. You can't lose. You can't lose a penny because you can get it back. Makes it a no-brainer. Number 2 bonus, that if you get in now, okay, so that we have time to plan and we got all this, not a whole bunch of last minute people, I'm gonna throw in my online accelerator program. This has over 100 hours. I mean, you know who I have, type of people I got teaching in here? Mark Cuban made $3 billion. Okay, these are not professors. I bring in insane. I got a new guy getting ready to teach an accelerator. His name's Jeff Bunting. He's 21, just bought a new Lamborghini. You don't have to care about cars, but the kid's making money. He's making about $100,000 a month net. Okay, that's the kind of people. And I've got older people. I got professors that have actually built businesses. Okay, not just professors that never built anything. I like to learn from people who have done. So that value, that is all three. There's the money, and entrepreneur, and persuasion. I teach my advanced persuasion stuff. That's a $10,000 value. If you get in now, why am I doing that for free? I told you. It's $10,000, but it's an online program, so it doesn't cost me anything, so it's easy for me to give that out free. I don't do it often. Okay, there's nothing else that you can buy from me that has the online accelerator, $10,000 discounted for free. Nothing. You can't buy, I don't have that. But I like meeting people in person too. I learned a lot in the last one. Those kids making $205,000 a month that actually learned from me, they were showing me some tricks on Facebook ads that I didn't know. And they were showing my business partner, Mentor Box, Alex. So there's a value. That's why I'm trying to get good people here. Because not only will you learn, but I'll learn. And then this is a cool bonus. Since it's only a one-day event, I'm going to let you be part of my private Facebook group. It's a networking group. Okay, that will allow you for 1 year for free. Now you can buy this. It's $4,000 if you want to buy it. By the way, you can buy this and this without getting in the program. You can call my office right now. It's $997 a quarter, $4,000 a year. That's a private Facebook group so that when you leave the event, you'll still be able to ask questions. People answering. It's so cool. These private Facebook groups I do are crazy. They're amazing. They will hold you accountable. They will get you excited. They will connect you with people. They will answer. You ask a question at night, you wake up in the morning and it's answered by 10 smart entrepreneurs. So I'm going to give you that. I'm going to waive that $4,000 if you get in now so my team can plan. Basically, I will always give up money for lifestyle. So for my life, I could just, try to upsell you into this and that and all that later. But I'm like, you know what? Will make my life happy, so I'll be happier and I'll be refreshed there to help you. Let's just make this thing clean. 100% money back guarantee. You come to the event. It wasn't for you. You didn't learn anything. You say, Ty, I'm not happy. We're giving you your money back. We're giving you the online accelerator. 3 levels, over 100 hours for free. Okay? It's another reason I want you to put this link everywhere, because some people pay 10 grand. They're going to have a heart attack. But, it's like any store. You're allowed legally to do bonuses every once in a while, as long as you don't do it forever. Sometimes you buy a shirt and then you see your friend bought it half price and you're like, damn it. But that's just kind of how it goes. So that's why another reason I'm like, I'm not going to do this forever. I don't want to devalue this. But if it puts you over the edge and you're like, yes, I'm ready to buy, boom. And then I'm going to give you this. These are $14,000 worth of value. So you click the link below. If you need to talk to somebody, when you click the link below, there'll be a phone number. You can email, you can online chat, depending on the time of the day. I got a real office, got 50 employees here in California and Los Angeles. You can call them, and so they're there to help you. You'll be assigned. Now, once you get access to the program, what will happen, once you enter your info, you get access, you're accepted in the program, everything goes good. Sometimes, by the way, we reserve the right to send people money back. Once in a while, there's some weird people that try to come meet me. I just send them their money back. So, like I said, we reserve the right, and we'll do it right away. We're not going to surprise you on the day of or anything like that. But, assuming you're accepted in, you're going to get a phone number of one of my concierges. You can call them during business hours, Monday through Friday. They'll send you a complete email, details, what airport to fly into, what Uber address to go to, what clothing to wear, what not to wear, what time it'll end, what can you fly in, what are the best hotels, where are some restaurants around the area, can you bring a friend, can you not bring a friend? All those questions, you can ask them. And I've assigned 6 people to do that in my office, okay? So they're there, and they're not overloaded, so they can actually answer your email, phone, all that. Good. I think that's all I got to say. Went a little longer than I thought, but there's a lot to say. I hope this will be the year where you'll be like James Swanwick and look back and go, that was a day that changed my life. And I've seen that. I call those crossroad events. I hope this will be a crossroads event. It was for the people I just had, 20 people in here. Put it on my Instagram, put it on my Snapchat. They were just blown away. People making real money, people making real changes, people improving their life, improving their business. Health, wealth, love, and happiness. I hope you find it. For those of you who don't come, thanks for taking the time. I totally appreciate it. This isn't for everybody. For those of you who this is right for, don't procrastinate. When you see an opportunity, take it, because opportunities come and go, and they go more than they come. Okay? So talk to you soon.